What's up YouTube? It's your boy AP, and today I'm going to be showing my top tips for players new to Minions in Path of Exile 2. This video is aimed for characters either progressing through the campaign, or characters who have already reached the early endgame and want an increase in power for very low cost, as well as increased comfort and playability of their build. The first advice is going to be aimed specifically for characters in the endgame, but it also does apply while leveling. Basically, you always want to match your character level with the highest possible uncut skill gem for your damage dealing specters. Now, when you reach the end game, you are probably going to be around level 60, maybe a little bit higher, which means you can have level 14, but you're quickly going to hit level 66, maybe even level 72 while grinding out your early maps. And this is going to mean you can have either respectively level 16 or level 16 or level 17 uncut skill gem for your damage dealing minion. Now, you can't actually drop a level 16 or level 17 uncut skill gem until quite far into the mapping process, so we're able to take advantage of the trade website to get a massive damage upgrade for basically free. I'm going to include this trade link in the video description, but how to make it yourself would be you type in uncut skill gem, and for the item level, you got to match that with your highest gem level. So 16 would be for level 66, which is going to be the one included in the video, but if you are level 72, you'd put 17, 78, 18, 84, 19, and if you're level 90, you're not going to be level 90, you can have level 20. Level 90 is very far into the end game. And as you can see, even for a level 18, these cost nothing. It's a Regal Orb. You will have this by the time you're in the end game. Every single level to your minion drastically increases the damage it does. And you can still apply this through the campaign by just making sure whenever you get a new uncut skill gem, you are making sure your either skeletons or specters or what have you are the highest level they can be. Okay, for the second tip, I'm going to go over some settings you should be changing. The first setting is direct minions. You want to make sure that this is bound to a button you like to press. By default, it is the tilde key. Now, this exists to control your minions. I have it set to button number 3, and it'll move them onto your mouse as you hold it down. And this can be useful if the minion AI gets kind of janky and they stop following you, or if you just want them to fight specific minions or fight specific enemies. This is a tool that is not obvious because it's not really taught that you have this in the game. Another setting you should change is screen shake, specifically for if you're playing Vault Guards. Any sort of specter that causes explosions is just going to make the game feel unplayable because the screen is constantly shaking because we have so many of these monsters casting so many explosions. So go over to visual sensitivity under interface and disable this. There's no real advantage to having screen shake on. While we're on the topic of beginner tips, I do want to mention several viable amulet anointments because this is a mechanic that some beginners might actually just not even know exists. So you can get a free passive point by using these distilled items. You just right click it to bring up this context menu and you put 3 of them inside of it. And that will give you a specific passive point on the tree. Now, for minion builds, long distance relationship is a pretty good one that is almost free. You could buy these 3 distilled emotions on the trade website or through Alva for next to nothing. This gives us presence area of effect, which it affects a lot of our abilities. If you just read through what we're doing, increasing that AoE is quite nice. Also, this does increase minions area of effect. So if you're playing something like the Vol Guards plus the gas arrow, both of those are AoE based. So that is really going to scale up our damage. And just a really good generic one that I might actually switch to would be parrying motion. So this increases our block chance, which is nice because most minion builds do want to scale block as it's just a very easy defensive mechanic to scale. This also has the line 1% increased movement speed for each time you've blocked in the past 10 seconds. So our characters are going to move faster, but actually this also affects our minions. If you guys weren't aware, when you scale your own movement speed, such as with boots, your minions' movement speed also gets scaled. So these skeletal snipers with my boots on are 44%. When I take off 30 movement speed boots, drops down to 16%. So you may think this is just a generically powerful skill, but no, it is generically powerful, but it's also speeding up our minions at the same time, so it directly affects the minions. Those would be my two options here. And you just hold down Alt to see the specific colors you need to use to get this on your amulet. I also want to mention all the places you can get Spirit for free in the campaign, just to make sure you all have done this. You press U on the keyboard to bring up the world map. Now in Act 1, Freythorn, you need to kill King of the Mists, which gives us 30 free Spirit. In Act 3, you need to kill the Bog Witch in the Azak Bog to get an additional 30 Spirit for 60 total. And the final piece of Spirit you can get is in Act 3, Cruel. Again, the Bog Witch in the Azak Bog. This time she'll give you plus 40. Now, I'm pretty sure I did kill her, so this might be a visual bug. But now that I'm looking at this, probably I should double check just in case. I'll go back and kill the Bog Witch again and see if this changes to give me an additional 40 Spirit. But those are the different ways we can get Spirit. And it should add up to 100 free Spirit. My last tips are going to be use the vendors in game as well as the trade website to improve our character through gear. Now in the Mobalytics League Start Guide, I do have a Regex code that we can paste into these vendors. You're going to want to try the spell vendor in every single town, and this is going to highlight everything that's possibly good. So what you're looking for is plus level to minion skills, and I'm just going to demonstrate how powerful a plus level is. Look at the tags on the skill. For right here, it's fire as well as minion, so I could use either minion mastery or fire mastery. Now here, I have 43,000 damage on the snipers at level 26, and if we push this to level 27, it goes up to 48,000. That's a pretty big percentage increase right there. About 11% more damage for one extra level. And the places you can get these plus level stats, you get it on a scepter, you can get it on a helmet, you can get it on your amulet. So while you're going through the campaign, maybe you can get like +1 to +2 on these different gear slots, and once you get to the end game, you can get up to +4 on the scepter, +2 on the helmet, and +2 on the amulet. All right, thanks for watching till the end. If you have any extra tips, I would love to see them in the comments, and I'm sure the viewers of the video would appreciate them as well. I will catch you guys live on Twitch. All right, peace.